Zimbabweans are set to head to the polls for general elections next year. However, the UK government and lawmakers are raising concerns over increased human rights violations as well as political violence ahead of them. Clashes between the governing Zanu PF and the Citizens Coalition for Change opposition party broke out during municipal by-elections in the Matebeleland region just last month. Now, several opposition party members and one MP were injured during this violence. eNCA correspondent Pindai Dube has more on this.
While debating in the House of Lords, Liberal Democrats MP Lord Jonathan Oates called for the British government to condemn human rights abuses in Zimbabwe.
My Lords, the Minister will be aware that opposition MPs Job Sikala and Godfrey Sitole have now been detained without bail for 142 days in Chikurubi maximum security prison, paraded before court in leg irons. That only a week ago, Bulawayo MP Jasmine Tofa was violently assaulted as part of an attack on CCC activists, and that across Zimbabwe political violence is raging as we lead up to the 2023 general elections. Will he join me in calling on the Zimbabwe government to end this political violence now?
This is a sentiment shared by UK Minister of State Zach Goldsmith.
I thank the Noble Lord for raising this an enormously important issue, and he's right, the world is watching, and the UK, of course, is deeply concerned by the challenging human rights situation in Zimbabwe. Political parties, journalists, opponents should be able to operate without any form of harassment.
Meanwhile, Zimbabwe political analysts and veteran politicians says government must do more to level the playing field ahead of next year's elections.
Really a joke that the Zanu PF government is talking of an election which is supposed to be free and fair, yet they are jailing members of major players of political parties in what is supposed to be a fair political competition. So it is clear to everybody, including the British and all members of the Board of Nations.
Zimbabwe President Emmerson Mnangagwa recently condemned all acts of violence and called for peaceful election campaigns. Pindai Dube, Harare.